Using point clouds to create the existing conditions model can help reduce errors and ensure accuracy. In this unit, you'll learn how to bring a point cloud into Civil 3D and use it to create a surface model and extract geometry. So in this session, we're going to look at the utilization of Autodesk ReCap Pro. ReCap Pro, there's several different options within ReCap Pro. You have ReCap Photo, which uses your drone or UAV captured photogrammetry and creates a point cloud from that. There's ReCap Pro for model. ReCap Pro can also automatically register laser scans, and you can measure and edit, clean up, mark up your point clouds. So the first step in getting a point cloud into Civil 3D is going to be converting that from whatever file type you have, whatever scan type, whether that's a Faro, a Leica, an LAS file, an E57 file, whatever supported file type that you have needs to be converted first from that file type to ReCap Pro and then into Civil 3D. Civil 3D will accept an RCP and will accept an RCS. So let's look at how we convert a point cloud into an RCP format so that we can bring that into Civil 3D. So we're now here in ReCap. This is a very simple workflow to take it from the file format that you currently have to an RCP or RCS and into Civil 3D. The first step we need to do, in the top left, the big blue button here, we need to select New Project. From there we have a few different options. We have Import Point Cloud, Transfer from a mobile device, and transfer or create a 3D model of point cloud from photos. We're going to use Import Point Cloud. We need to give it a project name and we need to save it to a location. So I'm going to save it to a location. I'm also going to give it a project name. Then I'm going to simply select Proceed. From there we can select files to import. We can select an entire folder to import, or, which is the easiest way here, we can grab point clouds from File Explorer, grab them and simply drag and drop them on the target and allow those to import. So I'm going to select Import in the bottom right. Depending on your file size, this usually takes just a few minutes, so we'll allow these 7 LAS files to upload and we'll create that RCP file. And once the import process has completed, what we need to do is select Index Scans at the bottom right of the screen. So I'm going to choose Index Scans. It's going to go through one quick final process prior to launching the project. So at the bottom right, I'm now going to select Launch Project. Okay, from there, we now have an overall point cloud combining the 6 or 7 LAS files that we previously had into one file. What we can do in ReCap, there's a few tools in here. We can choose to look at the point cloud in different classification modes, elevation, intensity, scan location, so forth. We can create regions, so if we want to crop out some of these areas, we're going to choose fence, for example. I'm going to come in here. We don't really need this stuff on the north side, but maybe I don't want to delete it. I'm going to just select it. From the bottom, I can choose region, which is essentially a layer. I can clip inside or outside, or I can delete those points. I'm going to add this to a new region, and I'm just going to call that Area 1 and hit OK. So what I can do is I can look here at my layer state, my scan regions, and I can turn off certain areas. So if I don't want them deleted, I can simply add them to a region. I can delete them, so if I want to clean up a little bit of this stuff before bringing it into Civil 3D, I can window an area and I can delete those points. You can take measurements, you can take annotations, and all that. What we needed to do simply for the process to getting into Civil 3D is to import the LAS files, index the files, and just save this as an RCP. We can also export this out to multiple different options here. We have export. We can choose to export to RCP, RCS, which is one unified overall point cloud, a PTS file, or an E57 file, which is a very common file that can be used in different softwares. So I'm going to save this. I'm going to go through a quick optimization. And we are now ready to bring our point cloud into Civil 3D.